Hello and welcome back to this Moon Messages reading. So doing this from a different house today. I'm staying at my friend's at the moment, and this is little Sid the succulent. So say hi to Sid. I think that's what my friend called it. I got her little Sid for her birthday. So yeah, he's in with us today. So this is going to be the moon messages from the new moon in Aries on the 21st of March until the full moon in Libra on the 6th of April 2023. So if you are new to my channel, all of my details are in the description box below, so have a look there, see what I'm all about, and if you want to book a personal reading, the details are there. If you want to check out any of my other socials, you can do. All the details are there, and also my podcast, and yeah, all the other stuff. Okay, so I have already shuffled the cards. I have done Moonology, manifestation. I've used one card from an oracle deck. No, actually, two cards from an oracle deck. There was meant to be one, but two came out. And there is a crystal of the moon cycle. However, I'm not going to read it like I normally do. I'm not going to read the book message because it's the same message that came out on the last moon, the new moon, moon messages. God, I can't get my words out. So it was the last new moon to full moon cycle. So not the last moon messages, but the one before. So it's interesting that this one's a new moon to full moon cycle and the same crystal has come out. So it's, I'll show you at the end, okay? So what you'll need to do if you are interested in what the message has for you, what crystal it is, then you can go back to that reading. I might actually, yeah, I will just tag that particular reading down, tag it, put the link down below. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. So the cards that we have, the first one we have is Trust the Universe, and it was upside down. Okay, now if you look at this, so the right way up, you've got someone reaching up to the moon. Okay, and the other way, what I picked up was that someone is dropping a ball, right? Because that's what I can see, is like someone's just dropped the ball, right? So what I hear is that somebody feels that they have dropped the ball. Okay, now we say that if we have made a mistake, if we have done something that we shouldn't have done, we took our eyes off the ball or something like that. We say these little sayings, don't we? So like, oh yeah, I dropped the ball on that, or I took my eye off the ball. They feel like they've made some kind of mistake or wrong turn somewhere. Okay, now there are, I think there's a couple of cards here which are kind of, they've given me the same vision. So that vision is someone who is walking down a particular path and then they feel like they've taken a wrong turn. But what I saw was there was two paths, and if you walk down, say you walk down this particular path that you've gone down, you might feel like it's the wrong path because there's certain things in that pathway which weren't very nice. But if you were to go down the other pathway, there'll be other things in the way. They might be as challenging or not as challenging, but they both lead to the same destination. Okay, sometimes we have to go through certain mistakes, certain lessons, certain traumatic experiences, certain wrong turns to learn what we need to learn to get to where we need to be. Okay, someone could go down that other path and it could be clear as anything. It could be all lovely things, all flowers and butterflies and waterfalls and no horrible things whatsoever. And yet they won't learn anything from that. Okay, they'll get to the same destination, but they won't be as wise at the other end. Okay, so when they get to the other end, they'll probably have these things happen at the other end, if that makes sense. So then they're like, whoa, like I thought I was going to get to this beautiful place and it's thrown up all of these issues. Whereas if you go down that particular other path that you were going down and you feel that you've gone down the wrong path, you've actually learned all those lessons, you've gone through all the issues, and you've got to the destination, to the most beautiful place. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, but that's what they showed me. So try not to think that you've made a wrong turn, you've dropped the ball, you've, you know, you're in the wrong place, because these things are happening for a reason, that whole cliche, okay? The next card we have is Attune to the Divine. Now, look at Sid. He's like smiling away, happy as ever. Oh, I should get one myself, shouldn't I, and have it in the video. So attuned to divine. Now, as you can see on this, there's beautiful waterfalls, there's, you know, beautiful calm waters, and it reminds me of when I went to Croatia. Okay, I went to Croatia and there was this absolutely beautiful park, national park, and it had really calm, beautiful green blue waters, and it had all these beautiful waterfalls. And unfortunately, the time that I went, it absolutely pelted it down with rain. We couldn't hardly see anything. It was really misty and cloudy, and I got a bit moody on that particular day, because the rest of the holiday was absolutely beautifully sunny, and yeah, the day we chose to go was awful. Anyway, I don't know why I've just gone off on a tangent with that, but it just reminds me of that. But the feeling I'm getting with this is that it's just this pure calmness. Okay, I'm seeing someone as if like you're going around this park, for instance. You're going around this national park and you're on your own, okay? But you're in your own world, you're in your own thoughts, you're just calm and relaxed. And I feel like that's what you need to kind of work towards, okay? Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, you feel like you've made a mistake, you feel like you've taken the wrong turn, all those things I just mentioned, and you get panicky and you get anxious and you get all of those negative, stressful feelings and thoughts. You need to try to calm your mind. So whatever way you can do that, whether that is listening to some nice nature sounds, you know, things that sound like this, as if you were walking, maybe you could listen to something like that and imagine you're walking through this type of scenery, okay, on your own. So yeah, I just got those visions of someone just walking through like a beautiful nature reserve or something like that and just being really calm. Maybe that's something you need to do. Maybe it's walking in nature. Maybe it's just like having a bath, calming down. Today, I actually did something like I really needed for myself. Yesterday, I took a couple of days off work. I did have to sort some stuff out, but I also needed to relax because I just got so exhausted, been so tired lately, and just needed that self-care time. And so today and tomorrow took some days off work, feels so much calmer already. And so maybe that's something you need to do for yourself. Just notice if you're getting too overwhelmed, too stressed, exhausted, tired, and do you need to take some time off? Do you need to just relax and do something that's going to calm you? Okay. I'm going to go through all of, let me just see, do I need to go through the moon cards first? Because we have got some oracle cards in the mix. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm just going to go through the moon cards first. So the next card we have is full moon. It says full moon in Aries, but I don't know why I felt to read that because these are never right and they never really resonate. However, it's leading towards the full moon, and the next card is about full moon. So we are heading, more towards the full moon energy in these particular cards. We're in Aries, new moon in Aries at the moment. So yeah, maybe I felt to mention the Aries bit because that's what we're in at the moment. But yeah, it's heading towards the full moon when we get to this particular card. So it says cool your emotions. So again, I got that calmness. I got that need for relaxation, that need to just calm yourself down. Got the word grounding, so you need to maybe try some grounding techniques. Look them up, see what grounding techniques are if you're not sure what they are. I have just seen the word podcast, so maybe my link to my podcast is down below. I don't normally mention it as much just lately because I haven't done an episode in a while, but maybe you're meant to say that. So there's a link in my bio, not my bio, sorry. There's a link down below for my podcast. It is the Divine Beauty Podcast. Have a look for the grounding one. I'm sure there is one about grounding. So have a look for that, have a listen to that if you want to. That will just explain some grounding techniques, some grounding oils, grounding crystals, grounding meditations, what grounding is, all of that. So if you feel to do that. But yeah, if you know what it is, then give yourself some grounding. Okay. Then the next one we have is let your fears dissolve. Okay, so this is at the full moon. So the full moon is always about letting go of things you don't need, letting go of attitudes, thoughts, beliefs, people, situations, habits, all of those things that you don't need. It's intending that, it's setting that goal, it's writing it down and ripping it all up and burning it or throwing it down the toilet or whatever you need to do. But think about the fears that you need to let go of. Okay, so this is in particular about fears that you need to dissolve and let go of. Okay, so what are you scared about? Just going back to that path that we were talking about on the first card, where are you leading? Like, where are you hoping to get to? Okay, if you don't know that, maybe think about that. If you do know that, what is in the way? What are those hurdles that are in your path, right? So if say, for instance, you were going to go down that other path, the nice path, sometimes we put hurdles in our way, right? So there might not be any horrible things that happen. However, you might put certain hurdles in your way. What are those hurdles? Okay, can you think of things that you always tell yourself? What do you always believe that you can't do? Or, you know, what are the things that you say, oh no, I can't do this because of, or I believe that I am. Like, finish those sentences. What do you normally say about yourself? Those are the things you need to really look at, really get honest with yourself, ask yourself, are these 100% true? And then let go of them. All right, let go of them in the full moon, because you don't need those. You really don't. Fears can sometimes help us to move forward, because they're like, oh right, now I can clearly see that hurdle, now I can jump over that, right? If those, I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say if they weren't there something, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway, ignore that. Right, so the next cards we have are willpower. And I just heard the words "you've got this" really, really loud. So willpower. And yeah, I heard where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, so there's always a way forward. Okay, so yeah, they're just giving me so much, shouting so much stuff at me all at once. I don't like that. Yeah, so there's always a way forward. Where there's a will, there's a way. And they have also, so they didn't want me to talk about willpower. I know it says willpower on there, but they don't want me to talk about willpower. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the fact that we, come on, get the words. What are the words? We always have free will. Okay, we always have free will. Yeah, that's what they said. So, to me, what that means, what I got shown was, so I got loads of messages that came through before the reading. That's why I'm talking like this. So, yeah, what I got shown was that there might be people trying to get you to do things in a certain way, right? So, say for instance, again, let's go back to that path analogy. So, if you're walking down the path and you're on your own because you want to do this on your own, right? So you want to achieve your goals on your own, maybe with a little bit of support, but your ultimate goal is to get there on your own, right? Because you'll feel so much better about that. That's the way you want to do it, right? However, there's someone who's wanting to just like hold your arm the whole way down the path and like grab it really tight and like try and force you down a certain route and say, no, we need to go this way. And you are like, no, I have my own free will. I can do what I want to do. I can make my own choices, right? I'm going to go down this route. And there was a couple of videos that I watched today. One was like a coaching course that I'm doing. And yep, doing a coaching course. And it was very action, which coaching is, and I get that. It's very masculine energy, taking action, taking the lead, right? So not much room for like emotional support and all of that. However, it's sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to, you know, take the lead on things and use our masculine energy. For us in our feminine energy, that is. But obviously, if you're in your masculine energy more, then that's great for you. I'm getting distracted again. That is one of my things that I keep doing at the moment, is getting distracted, so I'm working through that. Anyway, then the other video was about taking inspired action, okay, and it was talking a little bit about manifestation and getting to your goals, and how there's a lot of coaches out there who will just bang on about taking action, right? However, that doesn't feel right for certain people, okay? It doesn't sit right for certain people, and we are all different. We all have our own type of manifestation energy, right? Or the way that we get to things is different. Everybody's different. You know, there's not one person the same on this planet, and everybody does things differently and thinks differently and feels differently and moves differently. And yeah, some things work for some people and some things work for others. So someone might want to take action and just go for it, whereas another person might want to wait and get inspired and then take action, or you know, have opportunities presented to them and then decide whether they want to take action or not, and move in the way that their energy feels is right for them. So everybody's different. So what this is saying is really pay attention to your unique energy, your unique style, what works for you, and don't always listen to the generalized way of doing things, okay? Don't always listen to the way that someone says, you have to do this, you have to do this, you must do this, you must do that, because everybody's different, okay? So you have your own free will, so remember that, okay? And then the last one is manifestation. Now, I kind of felt like I didn't really need this card. I was going to put it down, but it wanted to stay there. So I think it was just a reminder that you can manifest what you want, but you just have to do it in your own way. And it goes with that last card, okay? The manifestation card is here. So it means there is going to be the manifestation of what you desire. However, they are saying to me, it may just look different to what you thought. And I have mentioned this in my last few mini videos that I did on Instagram. So if you, hopefully you follow me on Instagram, I've started doing these little short card in the cars. So I'm in my car and I do these little 2-3 minute card reads. And the last sort of 2 readings, I think, were about, you know, not always, so hang on a minute to get this out right. It was about like wanting certain things in a certain way, right? So wanting to reach your certain goals, and they have to look like this. Receiving your desires, and they have to look like this. I want a certain type of job, I want a certain type of person, I want to win this amount of money this way, right? And I talked about this a little bit with my friend the other day, because we were talking about human design. And I don't know if you know much about human design, but if you don't, look it up. It's amazing. It's a bit like, you know, when you find out your personality type or your star sign and you look into what they mean and all of that. Well, human design is more in depth with that. Talks about your energy. It's so spot on. It's unreal. So if you can, I think you can get little free human design charts online. So if you type in your, I think it's your name, your place of birth, and your time and date of birth, it's a bit like your astrology chart. But yeah, it is amazing. So literally put all that in and it gives you your human design, and it will tell you what type of manifester you are as well. I can't get my words out again. What type of manifester you are. So you could be, like I was talking about earlier, you could be someone who has to wait before they take action, or they have to take action and then see what happens. Like, so you find out through that. And there's a book about it as well, which is this human design test is all based on. So look it up if you're interested. But yeah, this is all about what type of manifester you are, okay? So pay attention to when you've received stuff in the past, how have you done that? What have you done to receive it? Like, can you think about whether you actually just let go and you trusted the universe to provide for you and it did, or whether you actually had to like take some form of action. I mean, they always say that you have to take action to receive, and you do, but sometimes, as I say, you take action before, or you wait, then you take action, like inspired action, okay? I hope I'm making sense with this. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but you'll understand if you have a look at the human design charts and things like that, all right? So think about what type of manifestor you are. Oh, the reason I'm talking about human design is because me and my friend Gemma were saying that we are non-specific manifestors, right? From our human design chart, we're both non-specific manifestors. So it means we can't be specific about what we want, okay? We can't say, I want this type of person to be in my life. They have to be this way, blah, 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 blah. We have to leave room for the way that arrives to us, okay? We have to trust the universe and what that wants to bring to us instead. So I can't say I want to receive £5,000 by this date in this particular way, right? I can't do that because I'm non-specific manifestor. So I have to be open to other ways in which I receive that money. Or yeah, I was going to give an example of Gemma's, but I'm not going to do that just in case she doesn't want me to tell anyone. But yeah, so I hope I made sense with that. Now, the crystal of the moon cycle, for those who want to go back to the last new moon to full moon, I'm going to pop the link down below for that particular video, and it's the celestite crystal that you'll need to listen to. Okay, so listen, right, it's right at the end of the reading. It's a celestite crystal, that's the one that we need, and I have read through the book, through the message for that. So yeah, if you want to go back to that video, listen to that, see if that resonates for you. If not, get yourself a celestite crystal. I'm sure that will help just the same. Okay, so that was the moon messages. I hope I hope it resonated for you. I hope it helped in some way. And if you, as I say, if you do want to book a reading with me, all my details are below. If you want to get in touch with me, all my social media details are below as well. All right, but for now, I will see you on the next video. Bye.